Hi, I didn't see you there. My name is Tanner Drabick, and for the next 2 years, I hope to become known as the Traveling Canadian Nomad.
Born in a shack in the middle of the woods, up here in northern Canada. Yearn for adventure and yearn to go across Canada.
What is a nomad? A nomad is a person who does not stay long in the same place, a wanderer if you will, and that's exactly what I plan to do. My goal is to travel to the four corners of Canada, live in each province for 2 months, and in that time, explore, travel, and document everything there is to do in those towns. Primarily focusing on 3 main aspects. Entertainment, which would include events, festivals, fairs of any kinds. Culinary, because certain places have a dish that you can only really get there. Jobs, because like culinary, some jobs can only be found in certain locations. Now hopefully you're quite curious of what an episode is like. Well, you're in luck, because this is the first pilot episode of the Traveling Canadian Nomad. Our segment today is going to be focused in Canada, well, more specifically in Ontario. Now, nestled between the 2 major cities of Toronto and Windsor, there lies London, the focus of our segment today. Now there's something to note while we're doing this segment. This is just a promo. This is just to get you interested in what's going on. So these segments are horrendously short. Future episodes will be much longer and more in depth. This episode is brought to you by NJ Spivax Limited, King of Pigs, and the Western Fair District. Be entertained. Now London is definitely an ever-growing city, with a lot of things to do and a lot of things to see. But we're here to focus on 3 things alone. Jobs, food, entertainment. But where to start? I think with a segment that I like to call Northern Jobs. So a quick costume change, and we're here at NJ Spivax Limited. This company has been constructing buildings around the greater region of London for years. I know this because I'm 3rd generation who's worked here. My grandfather, my father, and myself have all freaking worked here in the past. But we're on the clock and we're wasting time. So let's fast forward through what these guys go through every day. Also has the disassembled parts of cranes, like these pieces here. They've been organized and sorted, and in 2 weeks' time will be erected into a crane. The crane will be used to pour the concrete that these guys are actually making right now. I think they're ready to go, so let's do it. So there's a very fast-forward look at what the employees of NJ Spivax do on a daily basis. These are the guys that are responsible for building all types of buildings that you can see through London. So I don't know about you, but I'll thank these guys for building the buildings that I live in. But I think that's about it for this segment, and it's lunchtime. So let's head out of here and see what London's got to offer for some eats. So now, here's a segment I know that I'm personally going to enjoy. It's Canadian Munchies. This is where we're going to find and showcase local cuisine. Now after talking to the guys at NJ Spivax Limited, they told us to come here to King of Pigs to try out some of their dishes. So let's head on in and see what it's like. Now really and truly, this isn't like a fancy place, this isn't really a big place. But what it has is some of the best poultry and pork dishes around. So I asked the owner what dish would really represent his restaurant here. And he said anything that's got chicken on it. So back here in the kitchen, the chef takes the chickens and puts them into these grates. The grates then go over the coals. They're seasoned and then slow roasted. Now, when it comes to food, I don't have a very big palate. But I solemnly swear, I make a promise right here and now, as long as I am a traveling Canadian nomad, I will at least try every dish that comes my way. That's what this trip is all about. It's about trying new things. So now we just gotta sit here and wait for our chicken to be done. So now with the chicken being done, they're taken out of their grates. Moved up to the front here where they're cut into their pieces, and then lightly dressed with a salty glaze. Alright, so there we have it. A plate good enough for a king. Let's not talk anymore, let's just dive right in and see how she tastes. That's good chicken. Alright, so this is Yuri here, the owner and manager of King of Pigs. He just gave us one hell of a great meal. He's been so friendly to us the entire time we've been here. So just want to say thank you for having us. It's a great restaurant you got. Alright, so I definitely have to say, my overall opinion about this place is that the portions are huge, the prices are really reasonable priced, and overall, it's just a really good restaurant. It's worth the trip to come out here. So if you're ever in London, you should stop by King of Pigs and try some of their chicken. Alright? But you know what? Now that our stomachs are full, it's time to find out what there is to do in this town. So let's head out and see what there is to do for entertainment. Now when it comes to looking for entertainment in London, you really don't have to look that hard. The Forest City has a lot to offer. Between its hockey arenas, its music halls, museums, spas, water parks, and not to mention its bars, pubs, and clubs. But we're here to put the spotlight on one thing in particular. And so that's why this segment of entertainment goes to the Western Fair. Now, really and truly, we could have done the entire segment here at the Western Fair. From all the different jobs that are available, to the food that is absolutely everywhere. We'll just stick to the fun aspect of the Western Fair. And it's a fair, so I don't think I need to say much. So come on, let's go find something to do. Now, the Western Fair has definitely been the highlight for many Londoners for years. And why wouldn't it be? It's a fair. There's tons of things to do, and it's a lot of fun. I know we had a lot of fun filming this entire day. All the different events we tried out. I almost made it to the top there, I swear to God. The different rides we went on. I'm not a big fan of the spinny ones though. I refuse to go on the spinny rides. They make me sick. Oh yeah, we tried some food out too. This thing was called a Yolo Lolo or something. I had to try it out because a lot of people were talking about it, but I kid you not, this thing was so hot. I was tasting it for hours. The Western Fair is annually held near the middle of September, which kind of feels like the last little hurrah we can get before the cold weather comes in. So I think that's a great way to end the season. And just like the end of the summer season, so is the end of this segment. So this has been Entertainment in London at the Western Fair. So there you have it, the first look into what the Canadian traveling nomad is all about. But now, this is where I could use your help, because I don't know everything that's out there. So if you guys have any idea of places I should go, things I should check out, then please submit them on this page. Tell me what's out there. Or possibly throw your name out there if you wouldn't mind me crashing on your couch for a bit. I could always use a place to stay, and wouldn't you love me as a roommate? And also, if you have any friends that are interested in this kind of thing, let them know, because word of mouth is really what's going to get the traveling Canadian nomad off the ground. And so to end it all off, if you guys got any questions or any concerns that you want to post, please submit them to the bottom. I will be more than happy to answer your questions. So this is Tanner Drabick, the hopefully soon to be known as traveling Canadian nomad, saying, I'll see you on the road, Canada.